it's Annette with Sun to Shine Astrology and Tarot, and every week I put out a video to help you prepare your energy for the week ahead. And this week we are going to be talking about the week of the 18th through the 25th. And during this week, we have a pretty calm week. As far as like multiple aspects, but we do have consistent aspects that we will be dealing with throughout the entire week. So on October 22nd, the sun enters Scorpio. And so our energy is going to change significantly as far as on that soul-based level. So whenever we talk about the sun rules your soul, your center. It rules the heart. It rules what your life revolves around. And it's kind of like what your soul's purpose's energy is. That is the sun's energy, and it moves into Scorpio. So when the sun moves into Scorpio, we dive really, really deep into those dark, murky depths of our soul. We swim around in there. We go into dark corners. And that is where we deeply connect on a very emotional level to things that we need to pull into our consciousness. Sometimes when we dive this deep, we can dwell within the subconscious, and we can pull things into consciousness. Now, normally that's a little bit more Piscean, but I have noticed that during Scorpio season, we tend to lurk around more in those dark corners where Pisces doesn't like to dwell in the subconscious because, they're scarier. And so this is where fear lies. This is where our fetishes lie. This is where our demons lie. This is where those addictive tendencies, those triggers lie. It's the place that will either completely transform us into a better version of ourselves, or it will completely obliterate and destroy us. Now, the ruler of Scorpio energy is Pluto and Mars. So Plutonian energy is, the Phoenix rising kind of energy. It's very destructive energy. But it's also, in order to transform something, you first have to destroy what is no longer serving you. And that can be through making us conscious of it, which is why we often experience a lot of triggering energy when we go into Scorpio season. It's where people will hide behind a mask to try to manipulate and distort their image because they're, like at some point, people aren't entirely accepting and open to revealing who they really are. That can happen in Scorpio energy. But when we get to this season, it kind of removes the mask and we see people for who they are. A lot of crap usually goes down in October. October is my favorite month. It's also the month that I completely am very scared of, which is great because it's Halloween, so it works. But a lot of truths have been revealed. I think the number one thing that happens is the truth comes out. Lies get found out. Deception is at an all-time high, and manipulation is at an all-time high when we are talking about Scorpio season. And it's because you're trying to maintain your mask at all costs. You want to stay hidden, especially if you have agendas, hidden agendas, or skeletons in your closet, or things you don't want people finding out about you. You will do everything you can to keep that mask on. Well, in this type of energy, given the aspects, that we're going to go into, it's going to be very difficult to maintain that mask. The other ruler that is Scorpio's ruler is Mars. And Mars is a very, it's where our determination lies. It's where our fortitude, it's where our, the energy that makes us get things done lies. When we go into Mars energy, when it starts to influence us, we want to get things done. We want to take action. We get very determined to get a result, and we do what it takes to get a result. It's it's also very sexually oriented, which we're going to go to in a minute. And when Mars is activated in us, there is just this strong desire that to get what you want, because it also rules Aries energy. But Mars is in Aries, so it's in its true ruler, and it is in retrograde. So I feel like some of us have these strong desires to get things done, yet there's a stop. There's a obstacle. There is some resistance. It is you're being held back in some way, which really fires up a Mars energy, because Mars energy is all about progression, moving forward, conquering, winning, that type of energy. And it can't do it in a retrograde because it's just, there are so, and it's weird. It'll be like weird obstacles. Like you'll want to go drive somewhere and get something done and your car will break down, or you'll get in an accident, or a tire will blow out. But it's like anytime you try to create movement, you can be met with resistance. So actually not a great time to like start something new, just an FYI. And not only that, just because we have Mercury in retrograde, which is in Scorpio, so there'll be some hidden thing that comes up, some obstacle lurking that you didn't anticipate. That often happens. So I want to talk about, before we talk about the sun going into Scorpio, I want to talk about something just because it's very interesting. So the sun in Scorpio is going to be conjunct Mercury in Scorpio. That means that our soul, our center, the heart of things, is conjunct the mind and the physical realm, the day-to-day interactions, the things that we respond to on a daily basis. They're conjunct, which means anytime the mind is conjunct with the soul, there's clarity. Usually there's some sort of revolutionary type energy where you just connect, and it seems like you have clarity. Now, the clarity is in the confusion, unfortunately, because when Mercury goes into retrograde, it's just, we may have clarity in our mind, but we can't externalize it because we can't communicate effectively when we have this Mercury retrograde. And so what you find, it's really frustrating. And you get fired up easy because of the square that's in Mars. And then, and if you do try to communicate, you may find that you're much more aggressive than normal. You may find that you trigger people. It could be a triggering conversation instead of a conversation that mutually works everything out. And there's some sort of, very consistent communication where you come to some sort of resolution. That will not happen in this energy. What will happen is triggering and fear-based conversations, and conversations that focus us on our inadequacies, where for some reason we tend to lose power. So it'll target that area. Now, that is good if you are a person trying to conquer a fear, trying to conquer your triggers, trying to destroy obstacles psychologically, because because Scorpio energy is a very psychological energy. So it's a great time to dive into the murky depths of your mind and really pay attention to your fears. What I've been doing during this time is I'll sit down with my journal, and if I feel triggered, I will sit down and I will describe my fear. What does it look like? What does it feel like to feel what I'm feeling right now? And I will explore that fear, and I will face that fear, because that fear is my obstacle. And I don't deserve to have obstacles in my life. So facing that fear head on and saying, oh, okay, I got triggered. All right, I feel, because Scorpio energy is feeling very deeply. So I feel scared. And scared to me feels like um, um, discomfort in my stomach. It feels like I'm not comfortable in my own skin, like or I feel like I'm an outsider observing and I'm not part of my, like, whatever you guys describe fear as, sit down with it, face it head on, and explore that feeling. What you want to do every single cycle of the year, and to me, Scorpio season is a cycle, is you want to get to know that energy and how is it impacting your year, and then, sit with it. And you can work things out if you go with the energy. Now, if you're out there trying to just overpower others and tell people what to do because you're fear-based and you don't feel like you have power, so you're trying to take everybody's power away, and you're in that mode where you're just completely 100% fear-based, maybe not entirely conscious of what you're doing, and so you're out there, you're trying to do damage control and in a fear-based way, then guys, you are going to have one hell of a week. One hell of a week, because we have a very consistent energies throughout the week. Mars, which is in Aries, is going to be squaring off with Jupiter, squaring Saturn, and squaring Pluto. And so it is a time of very self-destructive tendencies. You will tend to do things in weakness, not in strength. No, that's good if you need to, if that's the way that the universe needs to reveal to you your inadequacies and your inability to manage your ego and your inability to look at things in the long run. When we get in squares with Mars energy, what we tend to do, especially when it's Aries, we become very impulsive. We need a lot of self-gratification, instantaneous, because we're feeling inadequate in some way. And so we feed that in some self-sabotage, self-destructive way. So I think of people who have, and this is very real, especially during Scorpio season, sex addictions. Say if you had a sex addiction and, say you were having a relationship issue right now, you're going to seek attention behind the scenes, sneakily, like maybe on a computer, or maybe, you'll hook up with somebody on your phone, trying to sneak it and hide it, because you're feeling inadequate in your relationship. So you're sneakily scurrying off and trying to find a way to validate your ego and validate yourself and feel some sort of control over the fact that you just, you need what you need. That's like one of the things that can happen during Scorpio season. Scorpio season rules sex. It rules the genitals. And so you can feel very sexually activated when the sun goes into Scorpio, especially when it's conjunct Mercury in Scorpio. Problem is, it's in retrograde. So what you might do is start to explore some of those sexual desires that is more on the fetish level. It's more on the, obsessive level. Jealousy is huge, comes up during Scorpio season with negative energy. So if you start feeling envious, jealous, you start looking at other people, wishing you had what they had, all that kind of stuff, and you start feeling like, you know, you're not getting what you want, and so then you start acting out, and you start you know, trying to go out there and just be a force to be reckoned with because you think you deserve something. That's all ego, but then you are going to have one hell of a week. So all week, Mars is in Aries is going to be in that square with Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. So guys, of course, this is it's politically charged. You know, it's the laws that rules and govern us, but it's also karmically charged because Saturn's involved. And whatever Jupiter touches, it expands. So if you have fears, it'll expand that. If you have triggers, those will expand. If you have feelings of powerlessness, then things that make you feel powerless, those will expand and be brought into consciousness in some negative kind of uncomfortable way. Also, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. If you seek to empower yourself and remove fear from your life, you will find this to be a beautiful season for you, because at the same time all this energy is going down, Venus in Virgo, which isn't detriment normally, but for some reason, I can't quite, you know, like it's like just a beautiful energy this year for you. So Venus, which is in Virgo, is training Jupiter, training Saturn, and training Pluto all this week, guys. So this is a time to sit down like I'm doing and say, okay, I've got a journal in front of me. I carry it with me. If I feel fear, I want to know, I want to explore why I have that fear. I want to, you know, because this is what you do with a Virgo energy. Virgo energy is a very analytical energy. It's about making a process around confronting things or organizing it, or another things that Virgos do is they're really good about solving things on like you know, on a mental, emotional, spiritual, or physical level, because it rules all that. So if you're feeling like, well, fear makes me feel very uncomfortable, I get sick, I binge eat, whatever it is you do, I go out, I seek, you know, I have high risk behaviors and habits. It's a time to confront all that. You can conquer it. Now, it can go crazy out of control because it's a trine. So literally you can justify anything. You could just eat and be like, fine, I just need to eat through this because I just don't care. That's very Virgo energy. But I think what you might find in this energy is this trine. This trine is beautiful to me. I feel it in a beautiful way, in a positive way. It's a great time to sit there and seek a counselor. You will find a great counselor, one who you will identify with, and someone will help you explore this about you. It is a great time to, and then to process for you to seek information on the internet, usually kind of in the privacy of your own home. A very sneaky way you do it, just because you don't want anybody knowing about it. You're trying to keep the mask on. That kind of stuff happens with the Scorpio part. But it's a great time to have this journal and confront these things and make positive habits and routines that can help you conquer these fears. This week has a lot of energy around empowering yourself or figuring out where you lose power. There's no in between. When you get into Scorpio energy, there is an extreme to it, because it is very, very, very intense. It's so intense. It's like, I don't know if you've ever walked into a room, if you're like a person who senses energy, walked into a room and you can feel the energy in the room is very heavy. Or when you're talking to somebody, you can feel their energy and you feel like somebody just put a really heavy, like one of those weighted blankets on you, and you're all of a sudden, it's very heavy. You feel very energetically heavy. That could be this week. So it's a great time to explore, ways to make yourself empowered during very intense times. Now, for me, just one of the things that I'm doing as the Venus and Virgo part of it is to empower myself, is to really limit the amount of negativity that I'm exposed to as much as I possibly can. And then also to do things where I feel like I have some sense of power and control in my own life. Feeling like you are in control right now is really important. It's why you see a bunch of people out there, if they have a political agenda, they're out there fighting and taking all these stands and being very intrusive and very they're trying to take away the power of other people and their choices because, they think all they are is right, and they want everybody else to do it, and they're pushing their views, and they're very pushy, and they're very intrusive because they're taking away the power of other people, because that's what we're having right now, is a big power and control struggle. And you have to understand that really what this is supposed to unite us collectively and to empower us as a collective voice. But in order to do that, we have to break down the fears that are around losing power, and about not being able to maintain power, and about keeping power, what we consider power, the same, in a comfort zone. You have to understand Capricorn energy, the opposing energy of that is Cancer. Cancer is all about maintaining comfort zones, safety. They like safety a lot. And when they feel unsafe, they want to crab in. They have to find their safe shell. And so for people, what that safe shell is, keep it the same. I don't want it any different than it always has been. I can't accept anything else. Well, that's unfortunately where that leads us, is into people doing things to take away the power of others so they can maintain their safe zone, because they're scared. They're fear-based. And they don't like change. Oh my gosh, a Scorpio does not like change. Does not like change. They're very fixed. They like things the way it's always been. That helps them feel comfortable and not feel so threatened to where Pluto and Mars comes out, right? And then they gotta, pull out their tail and sting the shit out of everything. So, guys, it is an intense energy. When we go into Scorpion, we have squares and we have negative energy. What you need to do then is find ways to focus your energy on desire, positive things that you desire, and try to go out there and feel them. I think the best ways to do this is going to just sound like it's very blunt, but a sexual connection, intimacy is very important right now. You will find that your desires are going to get really activated, really, really activated. Your libido, you're going to find that you want to have sex more, and it's going to be on this very intimate level. It's not just penetration per se, it's penetration on a soul-based level. I mean, I can go on about this, but I think it might be a little inappropriate for YouTube. But that's why, if you've ever been with a Scorpio, it's like when they look at you, they look into your soul. It's like when you have sex with them, it's like they penetrate you into your soul, and your souls are having sex. It's very cool. I effing love a Scorpio. Dang it. Slurpy yummies. But anyhow, finally, I want to leave you with this. I know we've been going on and on because this energy is all week. Most of the aspects are sticking around. We do have that first quarter moon that's going to be in Aquarius. And so this is progression. It's moving us forward. It's about our future. And so the things that are breaking down, the truths that are coming out, the things that are being revealed, all of those things have to do with removing and destroying things that no longer serve us so that we can have room for energy for things to come in that we deeply desire and want in the long run. And our government did need to change, and the way that power is distributed in the world needs to change. And we can't have a 1%, right? We can't have a few people having all the money and then there's so many poor people. Like, that all needs to change. Healthcare needs to change. It's not serving us properly. Politicians and politics, it needs to change. It's toxic as hell. So like, this is the catalyst, and we're moving into that. We go into that, when we go into this first quarter of the moon in Aquarius, if you really want to stay empowered in your life, and you're being triggered, it's time to visit those triggers, because those triggers are your obstacles, and that's where fear has a hold on you and it won't let you move forward. Much love to all of you guys. Just go out there and be the change you guys want to see in the world, and I'll talk to you guys again next week. Hi guys, this is Annette with Sun to Shine Astrology and Tarot, and welcome to the Pick a Card reading. Every Sunday I put out a video to help you prepare your energy for the week ahead. This week we are discussing October 18th through the 25th. We have some major aspects to talk about. We have the first quarter moon that's going to be in Aquarius, and we have on October 22nd we have the sun moves into Scorpio. And the sun is in a particularly cantankerous mood, squaring off with the moon, Saturn, and Pluto in Capricorn, Pluto being its ruler. And Pluto and Mars being the other ruler are squaring each other. And then all week long we have this Mars and Aries, which is in retrograde right now, squaring off with Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter, but in a gorgeous sextile with the North Node in Gemini. And we have amazing energy to talk about with Venus in Virgo, and it is going to be trining the moon in Capricorn, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, all in Capricorn. So this is an eventful week. We have some intense energy to talk about. And so you guys have picked the Empress, and the Empress is my absolute favorite card in the entire deck. When she shows up, she is Mother Earth. She's nurturing, she's loving, she's soothing normally. But in this particular reading, we are going to be processing, because Mercury is in retrograde in Scorpio, and the sun is in Scorpio. Actually, the sun in Scorpio is conjunct Mercury in Scorpio. So we're going to be discussing where you're kind of hung up on the past. And for you, this could have been things that you thought would grow, things that you thought would flourish, things that you thought had promise in the material realm, in the physical realm, and you have been disappointed, disillusioned, and at times it's been very hard for you to see the hope in certain situations that once seemed to have the blessing and the enthusiasm of the beautiful Empress. For some of you, this literally could be issues with your mother. For some of you, this could be issues where you are the mother and there is some issues that are trying you. It's really hard to nurture something or someone in a particular situation. So there's a lot going on with this card, so we're going to need a little more clarity from supporting cards. So let's take a look at your guys' tea for the week. Okay, your guys' tea is about success. Success is a loaded word. Success does not simply mean success in the material realm, although it does. Understand that the Empress she rules the material realm, the physical realm, and so she is the energy that blesses you with success. So if you haven't been successful at something, it's because it wasn't the right energy. It wasn't what your soul needed to succeed in. It was what your ego needed to succeed in. And so she's really encouraging you to move past and to let go of past failures and to start concentrating on areas where you need to succeed the most right now. We have Stork, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. I'm not going to lie. The Empress can mean, so maybe some of you have had miscarriages, a loss in the family, something like that. And so maybe this is news of, getting pregnant unexpectedly, or you guys were trying and you're finally expecting a baby. This could also just mean, because we do have success as well, this could mean a business opportunity. It could mean an opportunity for you to succeed in an area in your life where you once thought was a lost cause. You have Ram, a stubborn and aggressive person. Well, we do have a very intense Mars in Aries aspect, which is in retrograde. So more than likely, this may have to do with somebody who is in a position of authority over you, somebody who is a fatherly figure, somebody who considers themselves a fatherly figure. This could literally just mean an Aries as well. They're very stubborn. When they are squaring off, when Aries is in a square, it dips into some petulant child energy, temper tantrums, lots of power and control struggles, and just this really kind of aggressive mentality, delegating, pushing you around, that sort of stuff can come up. And then we have the eagle. Okay, the eagle is one of the most blessed signs personally for me, that and a dragonfly. And I hit my microphone, sorry about that. So this is triumph over troubles and obstacles. This is soaring above your normal limited belief systems about things, your normal limited perspectives, and looking at it from an elevated perspective. It is the clarity. It is hard right now with so much energy confusing us and pulling us into our ego, and us being so consumed with our ego that we're forgetting the big picture, those goals, those places where we need success the most right now. I'm having a feeling like you guys, that's being emphasized highly for you. And then let's look. Oh, you guys got the fish, which is water energy. And just to this is very Piscean as well. So let's see. Neptune in Pisces is opposing this Venus and Virgo energy. And an opposition is a good thing, because a gentle opposition for a Pisces energy, even a Virgo energy, Venus and Virgo energy, will help push you toward the ease. What it does is you just want to go with the flow. You want the energy to be easier. So it's almost like you're drawn to the easiest energy out there. And when you do that, you will fall into some beautiful blessed energy of Venus and Virgo energy, which is in a trine with Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto all in Capricorn. That is empowerment. That is being decisive. That is thinking about your things you want to succeed in. That is thinking about transforming and changing things for the better. That is a karmic release. And fish to me are very gentle spirits. And so for some of you, this could be just a much needed, like hopeful mindset. And I just want to read a little bit from the book for you guys. I don't get the fish very often. Oops, my bad. Okay. Oh, that's funny. It is very Piscean. Okay. So it is restless, change of focus, lost in the current. The fish loves to be submerged in life's current. Nothing pleases it more than movement, movement, and more movement. The roaming lifestyle of the fish may be exhilarating for a while, but usually leads to weariness and slippery relationships. With all the possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. Spend some time with the lunar forces, dear fish, as the peace and calm of the moon will soothe your soul. Also, what this could mean is there's energy being blocked in Aries because it's in retrograde, and all it does is want to move, 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 which is why it's squaring off with all this energy. So it makes you feel like you're restricted and powerless to change things. And so for some of you, it's just the ability to let go of the need of control and go with the flow of energy, where the energy is easiest. Not where there's resistance and not where there's challenge, but where the flow of energy takes you down the current on a slow, steady motion. Okay, we have soul cards 2. Okay, let me take a look at this. So I see a bird. This looks very Mother Nature to me, the green. It looks like this figure is almost emerging from a tree, or as if Mother Nature was beckoning you, calling you. It could mean that Mother Nature is simplifying you so that you can hear your message, so that you can see the easy tide, the easy flow of energy. Sometimes when we get out into nature, it quiets the mind and it simplifies everything to such a degree that we are in a receiving mode from Spirit. So you may need to do that this week. Okay. You have, that's interesting because you have an eagle. You have, looks like a dove here. And you have communication in 33. She is a 3. 33, you could, 3 and 3 is 6, reduces down to 3. 3 and 3 is 6, so that is the need for balance, but that could also be, you may need to communicate with somebody you love, a special relationship. But communication is definitely on the table. Some of you may need to be the one to take action and to start the communication up, if that is what is on the table. I'm feeling balance though. I'm feeling your guys' need to be in a balanced state so that you can be much more receptive. Oh my gosh, you guys have trust. So that's the essence of Scorpio energy, is trust. Trusting in the cycle of transformation, trusting in a transition, trusting in the fact that change is inevitable. It is part of the cycle of life. And if you can accept that, and you can receive it, you can be in a receiving spirit, then you can be released and to be free from that need for control, because that will probably make you a stubborn and very aggressive person if you don't do it this way. You definitely want to be in that because you have some beautiful energy. So let's go ahead, guys. Let's go ahead and, how am I going to do this? I feel like, let's lay down these side cards. Okay. What is the Mercury retrograde conjunct the Sun trying to say to you guys? So I'm going to lay down 3 cards. This is very unusual. We'll do it this way. Let's see here. Friendship. Yes. Upright. You got all upright cards, guys. Okay. Let's see what you guys need to be receptive to. See if I put these out right here, if that's okay with the camera. And it is. Is that good? Okay. Let's go ahead and, since they're all upright, so 11. Okay. We'll do friendship first. All right. 3 obvious friends sit in a tavern or a pub enjoying a glass of some refreshment together. There is affection between them as one man touches the woman who accompanies him and his companion. The legs of the 2 men are intertwined beneath the table, indicating the comfort and unity of their friendship. We see the toe in the shoe and the other hand of the other companion gripping the fresh mug, entering the picture from the left, implying that there are more friends here than we immediately see. The parrot on the right represents talking and perhaps simply chatting with no specific goal in mind. Parrots can represent storytelling and sharing jokes and the revealing of secrets, as well as exchanges from faraway places. The barrels of various beverages represent the individual choice and thus individuality of friends. All the occupants of the picture seem to be content with themselves and each other. This card represents the most fundamental of all human psychological needs, the needs for contact and acceptance by friends. So it's so interesting what you guys are getting, because communication is such a big deal. I feel like some of you need to reach out to some of your friends and talk to them. The C2 is yes. And I feel like because you have yes, I feel like whoever you reach out to, and it could be even a past-based friend. We have Mars in Aries, which is in retrograde, and we have the Sun in Scorpio. The Mercury in Scorpio conjunct the Sun in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio in retrograde. So this could be a friend reaching out to you from the past, or this could be you reach out to a friend from the past. But I do think that could be something where you start to build trust again. Maybe it frees some blocked energy. Maybe for some of you, this could be someone that was once close enough to be family. Someone that you loved and nurtured very much, somebody that you cared a lot about with this Empress, and she's in the Ghost Tarot. It could have been somebody that you put a lot of hope in at one point and it was disappointing. So if they reach out to you, be receptive to what they have to say, because yes is on the table, and yes is a sign, a very good sign. So the next card that we have is Beauty, and let's take a look. That card, 27. Okay. All right. A young woman gazes at the reflection in the window. She is dressed in Elizabethan, I think that's the word, clothing, and her grab indicates that she is a member of the upper class. She is lifting her outer skirt slightly, either to facilitate walking or to adjust her appearance. She is young and fine-boned and curvaceous beneath her heavy dress. The path on which she walks is bordered by trees and plants, and the leaves of the plants shaped like hearts and stars representing love and hope. She is single, and there are no rings upon her fingers. She represents the romanticized woman, the ideally beautiful and alluring female, which lives inside every woman and many man's dreams. She is symbolic representation of the female sexuality, passion, and power. So guys, it's funny. You may go out with friends and you may meet out somebody, but I'm feeling very much like because of all this Scorpio energy, what ends up happening is if you reach out to past connections, there could be a lot of sexual desire and heat and excitement starting to be reborn, and desire starting to reemerge, and it's starting to kind of come up from the ashes. This could be a rekindling of a relationship, of a romance, that I do definitely see in your guys's energy. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just take 3 of the Light Seer deck, because you guys know how much I love that deck. See if I can clarify this situation just a teeny bit more. Oh my gosh, King of Pentacles. Hi, honey. 8 of Cups. Oh, we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is like relationshipy. This is like, I think you guys gave up a long time ago on love, passion, desire, and relationships, close bonds and unions. You may have been the fish and just easily spooked now. But I am sensing, first of all, my hubba is the King of Pentacles. He's slow, steady, he's mature, he's not impulsive, he's kind of everything I'm looking for in a guy, personally. Like, he's successful, he's simple, he's got very, very good advice because he makes very sensible decisions. We have the 8 of Cups here. This is a release. This is a releasing ceremony of past pain. This is walking away from emotional hurt. For some of you guys, what this could mean is you need to let go of the past disappointment, and maybe in this person and people. You know, you may need to just start to trust that it's okay to invest in a relationship once again, because you have the 10 of Pentacles, a very blessed energy. It's a cycle that has ended, a cycle where I feel like you've given up on this whole happily ever after. That cycle has ended. I think that you can start to reinvest. She is a sign of investment. So, and Scorpio season is a sign of investments. It's like, it could be like combined resources. It could be, you could become very resourceful in energy like this. It's just a great time to make decisions. Now, with Mercury being in retrograde, it can be kind of confusing, especially if you are in power and control struggles. If you're going with the flow of energy and you're intuitively picking up on, hey, I should go, I'm thinking about this person. I haven't thought about them in a long time. Wonder what they're up to. You may be pleasantly surprised, guys, by the fact this person may be actually receptive to hearing from you as well. We have released, and these are my new cards that I got, which will be in an upcoming video walkthrough. It is the Renaissance Oracle cards, and so I'll just read release because it's a very beautiful, there's always beautiful messages in this deck. So we'll just do the alternate meanings. Visit the beach or a lake or another body of water. Take time to heal and clear negative thoughts. Remember to forgive yourself and others. Release old patterns and thoughts or behaviors that are not in your highest good. You are making great progress and growth right now. Drink more water. And then it just says release. With water and wind, connect with Mother Earth. Oh my gosh. And you have the Empress, who is Mother Earth. It is time to let go of what binds you and no longer is for your highest good. Let water wash away your pain, for this is the time to cleanse. Letting go can be difficult, but it's a step that takes you to new states of being. Progress is made. I keep going back to the sign of, this is like the card of Scorpio. It's literally the transformation process. It's the Phoenix Rising, it's the release, it's freedom. It's just such a beautiful card combined with the release. Oh, you guys have a cool ass reading. Yeah. Oh. We have midnight, the most magical hour of all. I feel like 12 o'clock is like one of those times where this could be like for me where you just get, you kind of wake up at night and you just feel like you're energetically connected, you know, to something other than the physical realm. It just feels, especially in Scorpio season, that's a time when you, like if you really want to manifest and if you really want to swim around in the murky depths, if you really just concentrate on the night and the dark and the hour that signifies magic, I bet you guys can experience some beautiful magic at this particular week. Oh, wow. And you guys have intention and wand along with midnight, the most magical hour. And you guys have this, you guys just really have a beautiful reading. I feel like in order for you to be able, sorry, it really drives me bananas. I love this deck, but it is so glossy. But the release of that card is so stunning. If you can release, then you can release the obstacles that block you from being able to do this stuff right here. From you being able to set intention and create a magical outcome for yourself. It's really beautiful. And then you guys, I really wanted to dive a little bit into just what's going on internally. To me, she just looks very longingly at this letter. It could be a past memory from home. It could be a home and family situation that you're nostalgic over because of all the retrograde energy. It could be you are very consumed a little bit by a loss, having something to do with your home and family. You could be just missing home. Some of you could just be really, really missing the days when, you know, where you grew up and everything just seems so normal and there's that nostalgic feeling. And some of you may be looking at old photos. Some of you may be just feeling those heartstrings, needing to go back home, reconnect. Maybe some of you are thinking about moving. That could be some of your guys' energy. So I am going to kind of move these aside a little bit, guys, because we'll do the charms next. Words and charms. Let's do this. I'll do that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so let's okay. Digging deep, guys. I gotta dig deep, 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 deep for Scorpio season. Okay. All right, so we do have the feather again, and that is all about communication. It's all about taking flight, release, freeing yourself from anything that restricts you or binds you in any way. This is also communication, because feathers and birds represent messages. They represent communication. Communication is a little difficult when we get into Mercury and Scorpio unless you are in the embodiment of truth, in the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Don't put on a mask. Don't mask the truth. Don't try to be deceptive or lie in any way. This energy will catch you in it. And then we just have awe, recycle. Yes. I also I can't help but look at the arrows and think about the cycling, receiving, what comes around goes around, like giving and receiving. Like I'm kind of thinking that, even though this is just Mother Earth. She's just really saying, hey, please help save my planet. The planet I love so much. Recycle, do your part, man. Just do your part. Aw. I really hope that love does take flight for you and that your heart springs forth and that you are able to receive any love and opportunity for growth in your life right now. It can be hard to trust anything. And to me, this is just the fairy on the moon. This is just one of those sweet little energies that's telling you just to envision something that doesn't make sense, something that is not of this world, something that you can intend and that you're hopeful about. Really believe in magic. Magic exists all around us. It really, really does on some level. You know, it's not like bewitched magic, but it's like the ability to manifest a want and a desire in the physical realm. Okay. Okay, guys. Let's see what we have here. I think we have a lot to work with today. Oh my gosh, this is immediately what I saw. It's funny. I saw immediately I thought I saw an E. Am I bananas? I thought I saw an E. It could have been this F that I mistaked for an E. Well, then I didn't see that. What the fuck? That's what I'm thinking. What? What just happened? You could be like getting a message. You'd be like, what the? Why are they reaching out to me? Like, what? What? Like, you could be very shocked and surprised. That's what I'm feeling. Like, literally, I feel this for you guys. Like, what? Sorry. I got a little crazy with that. Let's see what else we have. Matt is a name that came up. Let's see how. Oh, we don't have any vowels. That's our problem. I can't right now. Oh, no, that doesn't work either. You're killing me, Smalls. Oh, shoot, dude. Look, mad. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people pissed off and mad with all this Mars and Aries energy if they can't have control over you, because it's going to be all week long. There's going to be a lot of very intense exchanges over power and control issues, and people are going to be stark raving mad this week. Just be mindful, because they're going to be friggin' lunatics. Why can't I see anything? We don't. I don't know why I've been singing like Christmas to all Dad. Maybe some of the memories are of Dad. Father. Stop right now. A rat. People are going to be liars. So yeah, just remember that you always have to use your instinct to seek out the truth in Scorpio season. Don't take anything at face value. Go off of your gut. That is going to be the best for you. But I think that that's what I see. I could sit around and try to make it, but my brain is tired. I work 2 jobs, and then I do this, which is almost like 3 jobs. People are lecturing me like, dude, you need to slow down. I'm like, yes, I do, but I'm very tired. I'm too tired to slow down. Okay, so we have 72. End of a cycle. We have 6 and 5. 11, 3. We have, is that 89? 17, we have, and 55, and you guys know that whenever I see like a double numerology like this, like I always see an 11 and a 5. I always think that Spirit is talking to you when we get numbers like this, It means that you must change. It means that Spirit has divine plan for the changes that are coming. But it's also 5 and 5 is 10. And that could be the complete ending of a cycle as we go through this transformative process to get you to the point to where you're free. But it also can be, and then if it's like 5 and 5 and then it's 10 and then, 1 plus 0 comes back to the individual. So it is your responsibility, but also 3 comes up again, and you had 3 as the Empress. And then we had 33 over here. So 3 is a very significant number. 3 often speaks about balance and not falling into extremes, but being somewhere in the middle. 3 also has to do with communication, to be quite honest with you, if it's the 3rd house, but also 3 does represent communication in numerology. So, yeah. Oh, one more thing I was going to do. I thought we could work on letting go. So I want to ask this little deck, which is so cute, right? I want to ask them what you need to release. What do you need to release? Because release actually came up in your reading. So, like, let's get real. Okay, so I always pick 3 because, well, 3 is obviously very significant for you guys. Here's the back of your beautiful card. And let's see. Okay. So we couldn't know paradise if flowers refuse to release their fragrance. Give your gifts freely. I'm going to tell you something. What you give, you receive. If you're lonely, reach out, because you will receive a receptive conversation. If you feel bad, go and give somebody a gift to make them feel good, because you will receive abundance that way. It really, really is. Gifts are one of the best ways to release negativity from your energetic body. Okay, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I always appreciate you guys who show up every week. Much love to all of you, and just go out there and be the positive change you want to see in the world, and stay away from all of this energy trying to suck away the power that you have to maintain positivity in your life. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye. Hi guys, this is Annette with Self-Care Sunday. Every Sunday I put out a video to help you prepare your energy for the week ahead, and you guys have chose pile number 2, and you have gotten the Emperor. This is the Ghost Tarot, and because we are in the Sun in Scorpio, which is conjunct Mercury in Scorpio, I thought it would be apropos to use the Ghost Tarot and dive into things that we need to release. For some of you, this could be an issue regarding your father, an authority figure of some kind, somebody who once had a lot of power and control over your choices. This is somebody who may have abused power in your life, and you've never quite gotten over the suppressive nature of what it did to your soul, being suppressed by this type of individual. For some of you, this could have to do with maybe a loss of power as far as instability, and for some of you, you don't feel like you have that strong foundation, or you once had a stronger foundation, and your finances or your home may have been something that you were super proud of, but you've had to at some point let go of some of those material comforts, and it may have knocked down your ego a bit. When I see this card, because this is an Aries card, as you can see with the rams in the background, this has a lot to do with you guys are really embracing this Mars and Aries energy. Now, Mars and Pluto are rulers of the Sun in Scorpio, and Mars is in Aries, which is in retrograde all week long. Mars in Aries, which is in retrograde, is going to be squaring off with Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. So for some of you, this could be power, like I said, power and control struggles all week long. This could be a lot of ego-based things. You may be getting really, 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 really sick of, you know, your ego taking a hit, and you're just starting to get fed up and done with it. For some of you, this could be a very, very triggering time for your ego. We do also have Chiron in Aries, which is in retrograde, in an exact quincunx with Mercury and Scorpio conjunct the Sun. So this is something that maybe emphasizes your weaknesses, where you feel powerlessness, and so therefore you could be one of those people that because you feel powerless, you have to abuse and suppress other people in order to gain ground. If that sounds like somebody else that you know, this could be what they're going, and it could be a reading for them, you trying to understand them. But whatever this is, this definitely has to do with a rocky foundation, not a solid foundation, something that will crumble and eventually you'll have to break free from. That's very intense with the front door. Okay, guys, so your T for the week is happiness. Well, if you are having all of these power and control struggles, and if your foundation is rocky, one of the things that you're probably thinking a lot about is how to be happy again, what to be happy with. You may be feeling like not a lot makes you happy. And so for some people, it's the struggle to find that you're seeking something to be happy with. When you do get an energy like this, it can tend to make you impatient and aggressive with others, and it can tend to make you have a short fuse. You're quick to anger. You say things often you don't mean, but that is because you're hurting so much that you are then projecting that pain onto other people and suppressing them and trying to take away their happiness because you're not happy. Be mindful of that. Okay, so we have flowers, happiness. You have two cards emphasizing happiness, guys. And so this could be breaking free from this oppressive human being, this oppressive energy that's been holding you down. This could be highly something to do with very big daddy issues, guys. Maybe you had a controlling father, or somebody, a position of power, really abused their power, and you've never fully freed yourself from the control that has on your psyche deep down, deep in those depths of the Scorpio worlds. We have a bird perched. It says waiting for news, a package or a letter. I did see you have a bird and a bird and a bird. So Mercury, which is in Scorpio right now, this could be a transmission from spirit. This could be an elevated awareness, an intuitive response to something. This could simply somebody reaches out from the past, and you know, they try to maybe evoke some power and control over you or heart again. Oh my gosh, you got V, but I always see this as the ram horns. So victory in some endeavor. This could be turning around. Like, so the best thing in the Aries energy that I can think of, there is a beautiful sextile in a North Node in Gemini. So if you're not fixating and ego-based and in a power and control struggle with trying to get what you want and being a petulant little child and throwing big fits, if you are open to some duplicity in your thoughts, if you are able to look at two sides, two perspectives, to do some more research, you know, you may get a message that actually points you in the right direction to the victory that you need right now so much. Okay, oh my, bird. You guys are a bird energy, like holy crap. You have the hawk, and that's air energy. You have a lot of air energy. And so I feel like if you guys really want to harness the best energy in this week for you, the most positive and resourceful energy that you have, That would be that north node in Gemini. You want to go north. In order to do that, you need to be very receptive to your environment. You need to not be fixated on an outcome, but you need to almost be in a state of receiving. That is being quiet, that is being a person who is at peace with whatever comes, and to be able to just open yourself up to the energy where you can receive. And I'm really interested in the hawk spirit, and just this bird energy is like all over your reading. So I'm really wanting to know about the hawk. I know it's one of the elevated birds in this deck. So, okay. So, watchful, all-seeing messenger. You know what? I'll pick them up so you have something to look at. How's that? Of divinity. The sharp eyes of a hawk watch over our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eye on you and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver. The message should not be taken lightly, though it may seem small and insignificant. It will eventually redirect your course. Wow. Whatever is coming your way is divinely guided. That's super cool. Whew. You guys are just like, I love the bird energy. I think birds are so lucky. Oh, and look at you in your mind. Soul cards 1. It's clarity because of the purple. It's a new perspective. It's being open to receive a new perspective. It could be finally some clarity on a situation where that you need to take some action on after all the retrograde energy happens. It may be just a new idea, or like it said, because I just see this, like it almost looks like a little lightning bolt into this situation with this burst of energy around this clarity. I feel like this is the authentic self in the mind, being a receiver. You know, you're not externally, oh, dang it, I forgot to turn off. Sorry if you hear something. I forgot to turn off my phone. Put it in airplane mode. Okay, we have health. And you had the orange, and you have the orange in the sun. I'm very attached to the orange color. The orange is red, which is a very high energy, but it's also like oranges could be the yellow, the red and the yellow together, but it also just orange is a very fiery and action oriented. Health, but the purple, and you had purple there. Well, 7-1 is 8, so that could just mean changes. That could, you know, anytime you get an 8, it is this very spiritual number because it is very divinely guided to success. But a 7 and a 1, if you just look at the 7, that is seeking deeper answers, that is diving deeper than you normally do, that is not being a superficial thinker, but a deep diver into your mind. It is like it's the place where you go to when you connect on a vibrational level and a spiritual level instead of like an external level. Because if you have the 7 and the 1, it goes back to your individual experience, you know, what you receive from this experience this week. It's very beautiful. Okay. Yeah, meditate. Ooh, I cannot emphasize enough. If you are going to be in a state of receiving, and there's so much external rhetoric and noise, the best way to be a receiver is to quiet the mind and quiet your energy so that you can receive this divine guidance. And, you know, you can feel that buzz of clarity of like where you need to go next. So definitely do some yoga or just some quiet time. Even if you're not a meditator, like if you can just go lay in your bed and just lay down and just be in the quiet and the peace. We have inner cry. Aw. Very interested in that. Let's put you up here, buddy. Okay, I want to read the inner cry, and this is the resonance oracle cards. I hope I've been saying that right. It is a Mercury retrograde. I'm not gonna beat myself up if I haven't. It's just too much. It's so hard to do anything in a retrograde. Everything is like so much longer than it needs to be. Oh, and see, like I can't even find I. You're killing me, Smalls. There it is. Okay, inner cry. Trying to not to. Okay. Firewalker, it is time to take control of your life or your situation. Face any fears and walk your path as true giant you are. You are armed with the truth and clear sight. This may take time and effort, but only you can master the divine lessons and be true to you. Even if there is conflict with others, honor yourself and stand in your power. Even as you honor them, embrace this lesson, circumstance, and embrace your strength by taking the next step, Firewalker. It says alternate meanings. Don't back down. Now is the time to act. Don't be afraid. Understanding this lesson will set you free. Knowing and remembering that everything is divine and seeing the bigger picture is in your protection and strength. You are strong and well protected, and you have everything you need to prevail. Wow. So some of you may be taking back your power. That may be what this whole endeavor, what all of this is about, is taking back your power. You know what I'm going to do? The very next thing I want to do is I'm interested in, these are sight cards. And since we are in the Sun in Scorpio's conjunct with Mercury in Scorpio, I thought we would do some psychological deep diving because, let's face it, that's what Scorpio season represents. We have now, but in reverse. No. And the beast in reverse was the front door. Now and no. I'm interested to see what the two of those are like together. Can you see that? Good. Is that good? Oops, no, that's definitely not good for you. Okay. Sight cards. It's that. Okay. We have, let's look at now. Oh, I turned right to it. I always consider that so divine when I actually turn right to something. Okay, now in reverse. Reverse now tells us the timing is off and we may not yet receive or take what we are looking for. It usually indicates, sorry, I gotta turn the page. My bad. Patience, as the time may yet ripen for our rewards. Reversed, the now card tells us to take action in the mind is premature, or it will not yield its full capacity at this time. It does not indicate that we will never get what we are seeking, simply that we must wait simply that we must wait a little while longer for our satisfaction. It says no. Now or never situation. But it doesn't say no. Okay. I have insight, but I'm still going to read no because I know exactly what this is about. My gut's telling me. Okay, so we have no. No is like never, and it's a little trickster. It can indicate that although the outcome looks negative at this time, it may yet be turned around. It can also indicate that the answer to the question lies not in the hands of the querent, but in the hands of in control of someone or something else. It can mean that no has already been received, but the questionnaire refuses to accept no for an answer. Look to the surrounding cards for clarification on this one. Okay, so I have the coolest thought in my head. Well, let me first read the beast, which I turned right to it. That's so bizarre. In reverse. Okay. Oh, I love this so much, guys. This is actually really good news. The beast has been defeated, or at least it seems to be. He may only be dazzled or sleeping. This is the time, at least, when the beast is withdrawn from the current battle and the querent is free to proceed along the chosen path. But do not be deceived by the beast is conquered once and for all. The beast lies side of our natures and can always rear its head, creating internal and external conflict. Proceed now, but with caution. This can also represent a recent victory over an internal demon or a purging of some inner difficulty leading to, or at least now, peace of mind. This card often appears in the reading if the individuals who have come to grips with addictions or left a dangerous relationship or overcome difficult illnesses, and indicates that the querent has a recent victory of some sort and is feeling the relief that comes from a battle won. That's exactly where I was going to go with this. So I am feeling, because of your inner cry and because of the Emperor here and this beast here, and you've got all this bird energy, I'm feeling so much like there was a time when you had a false sense of self. You had a sense of self that was based entirely on what an ego wanted and desired. Or you were under the control of somebody who was insanely narcissistic and ego-based. And so you were basically there to stroke their ego. Either way, you are being released from that. You are being elevated and woke up from that time period in your life. This is a triggering time, so you could be remembering what it was like to be around somebody like that, but just know that you have overcome. And it's not something that is an instantaneous reward, meaning it's a discipline. It's hard work to overcome oppressive and suppressive people. And it's really, really hard work to, if that has had some sort of imprinting on your soul that you are not worthy of love and stability and success and all the wonderful things and happiness that is being emphasized highly in this reading. So this is just a triggering time, but just look at how far I feel like you've come. I feel like you've come a long way. Oh my God. Hello, birds. You have another bird. I swear to you, look around and see if you see birds. If you see a bird, it is spirit. And just open your mind and receive whatever you're doing, just receive. But it says, wise seeing and wise action. Wow. I'm tingling from your guys' reading. I am getting an energetic tingling. Like, it's kind of like, I feel like it's like a storm whirlwind and your hair's spinning up in the whirlwind, and there's just this tingling and cleansing and just releasing. It's fucking beautiful, dude. Fertility. Oh my gosh. Wow. You know what? You guys are going to have such a better life than you ever thought possible. Please, please meditate and clear your mind and work on receiving as much as possible this week from Spirit and from the divine. Whatever you deem that to be, you have the ability to be so receptive to empowering thoughts, empowering habits, empowering ways of being now that you've never had at your disposal, resources that you could receive that could really elevate you to the point of happiness. Okay, guys, and then finally, oh my gosh, beautiful. Have faith. Whatever you deem your faith, whatever you deem to have faith in, whatever that is for you, know that the divine is truly, deeply speaking. I can't emphasize it enough. If you have chosen pile number 2, you have a truly blessed energy. Will it seem like that? No, because we dwell on our shadows when we are starting to receive information from the divine. It evokes triggers and fears and all of those things. But those are the things that we're releasing and letting go so that we can make room for new energy, for this elevated perspective. We have to see where we're blocked at this point. Okay, guys. Let's see here. Oh no. I hate it when I put like the letters in the charms area. I do it all the time. Annoying. Sorry, just let me get these out. So it's gonna drive me bananas. Okay, guys, let's dig. Mix these up. Okay. This is volleying. I think of going back and forth. I think of if you vacillating. It could have been an area where at one point you had a lot of indecision, but you no longer have that. Or it could just be an area where you're making a decision in. You have the ladybug. I love ladybugs. There's a sign of good luck, abundance, love, most of all. We have the tree of life. Oops, sorry. Nope, it is this way. We have the tree of life. This is growth, abundance. This is the fruits of your labor. This is all the hard work and the time that you've put in, and you've generated some growth from that very long cycle of growth. And to me, when I see dolphins, I see just kindness, and I see just a pure spirit. It's also a water-based energy, a water sign, but it's also very free and friendly and warm and inviting. This could have been once, this one to me just feels cold and rigid and ugh. I just don't think you're going to be attracting that type of person anymore. We have a little speaker here, a little microphone. That just means find your voice. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to take a stand. Don't be afraid to say what's on your mind. We have the 10 of Wands. Here, again, that's a completion. It could be an area in your life where, you know, you worked really, really, really hard to get here. And it's a completion and an end of that cycle, that very long cycle. Oh gosh. Believe in love. I hope you guys can see that. It's really beautiful. Sparkly. Lots of sparkly energy, guys. These birds, I'm loving the birds. Are like my heart. Okay. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start spelling some words. Okay. All right. Okay. Better give me some vowels, because it's really hard to exist in this world without vowels. I have two whatevers. Those will be vowels. All right, let me see what do I see at first. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see. I see slow, I think. Yep. I see slow down and be a receiver. I also see storm. The storm is still going on, guys. It's going to be a slow-moving storm. We are in Taurus season, and so it's going to be nothing but very, very slow energy. We have some stormy skies, and that can be very difficult for the bird energy. A lot of times they'll go away from the storms because they can't fly effectively in storms. So just be patient with the process of receiving this gift, because there's some pretty stormy skies out there. Something about a town. Something going on in your town could come up. I saw this. I see find. I think finding yourself, finding happiness, finding the ability to be a receiver. I see limbo. Some of you may have been caught in limbo for a really long time, not knowing what a person's going to do, what decision they're going to make, and so you're kind of over the limbo. You may take matters into your own hands. Somebody is underestimating you, thinking that you're dumb when you're not. You're not going to fall for the old tricks and the old stuff. I see that as well. Flint. Isn't there a Flint town in Michigan? Not sure. I think there is, though. Oh, because you had the microphone and the word no. Say no. Don't be afraid to say no to people. Is this a thing? Yep. You're rounding the corner. I see, guys. Wow, you guys got a lot of really great energy. Oh, I see this too, guys. I miss you very much. That's what I heard. Somebody misses you, or you miss somebody. Oh. Oh, that's a hard one. I felt like just like this a feeling of like being missed. Maybe, and I felt like inner cry, and then on shaky ground. Maybe some of you are having to do something on your own, and it's scary. Not having the support of somebody you once thought you could have support with. You have a 9, 7, or sorry, 36, 25, a 10, 46, 2, 9, 12, or 48, 46, and a 25, guys. 7, 9 is a completion. 9 is, did you not have a numeral? Yeah, you did. 7, you had 8, so a 7 and a 1. You don't have any, yeah, this is beautiful, guys. You had a really beautiful reading. I would really listen to bird sounds and nature videos that have birds in them, or just try to go out into nature and just be around birds and feel their energy, because it's really, really uplifting energy for you guys in particular. I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for watching, and if you are a return watcher, thank you so much for your support. Much love to all of you, and just go out there and be the positive change you guys want to see in the world, and I'll see you guys next week. Hi guys, this is Annette with Sun to Shine Astrology and Tarot, and it is Self-Care Sunday. Every Sunday I put out a video to help you prepare your energy for the week ahead. And you guys picked pile number 3, and pile number 3 is the Devil, which this is so great because the Devil has to do with probably the Scorpio energy. We have the Sun in Scorpio on moving into Scorpio on October 22nd. It's going to be conjunct Mercury in Scorpio, which is in retrograde. So for you guys, what this could be all about is kind of diving into the place where the symbolism of the Devil comes to play. For some people, that has to do with, well, it absolutely has to do a lot with the Capricorn energy that is very heavily influencing a lot of the energies in this week's aspects. We have the Sun in Scorpio conjunct Mercury in Scorpio, which is in retrograde. The ruler of Scorpio energy, which is Pluto in Capricorn, is going to be conjunct Saturn in Capricorn, Jupiter, and the moon all in Capricorn. And then Pluto, which is one of the rulers of Scorpio, and then Mars, which is the other, are in a square with each other. Mars being in Aries, which is in retrograde. So a lot of things come out in energy like this. Sorry for hitting the mic. This has to do with our fears, our worries, our deepest insecurities, our emotional desires, wants, and needs. This has to do with a place where we tend to get triggered, and then we have fears. This could be very past-based things because of the amount of energy that's in retrograde right now. Retrograde energy makes us regress. It makes us retreat. It makes us revisit areas in our life where we need to be more truthful with ourselves, specifically because of all the Aries energy. This is a place where the truth actually lies. And for some of us, it's not that we're actually bound to these fears and demons so much as that we are psychologically give up our power to them. Like we give up our power to these things that lurk around in the murky depths, and the things that we try to avoid, the ways that the lengths that we go to avoid pain specifically is what I'm very in tune with when I hear this. I mean, when I see this card for you. So these could be areas in the past where we lost power, but because we're in a time of transformation and rejuvenation, and we're in a rebirth type of an energy, we can feel very much like the phoenix rising and empowering us and freeing us from those addictive tendencies. The addiction does definitely come into play, as you may have to revisit the power that addiction has over you. So as you guys know, pile number 3, I'm a life path 3, so I'm always super connected to this pile, so it gets pretty deep and heavy if you guys ever pick a 3. So what's the tea for you guys? What's the tea for the week? And well, the tea is about love. So maybe some of you, well, love addiction comes to mind. Love addiction is that need to feel loved. We don't love ourselves enough. So what we do is we seek validation and love through other people. But what we end up in is in karmic relationships, and relationships that teach us where we don't love ourselves enough, where we don't have enough power to walk away and love ourselves enough. So in the past, you may have fell prey to the toxicity that being in karmic relationships and revisiting a lesson has taken on you. So I'm interested to see, because I'm feeling Well, this is a heavy energy, so let's see what else we have here. We have haystack karma. You will reap what you have sown. Okay. Great. And then we have desk. Pay attention to your work. That's very Venus and Virgo energy. We do have a beautiful, beautiful energy. So for some of you, if you're feeling triggered, if you're feeling fear-based, if you're feeling like you're losing power in your life, you can feel very victorious if you just start diving into your work and giving it 100%. That allows you to feel empowered in your life. It feels like you're in control of something, and that will help kind of uplift your energy. And we have club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. Well, there is power and control struggles. I'm feeling very much like this could have something to do with a loved one, somebody you love, somebody that you tend to lose power with. Love is one of those things that really helps us understand where our power is and where our weaknesses lie. Love is just the most, it hones you in such a way where it can be this like amazing addictive high, but also this very tragic heartbreak, and where you absolutely lose all your power. So what I'm feeling very much so is an extreme in these two energies. So let's see what else we have here. We have the owl. That's very karmic. I'm feeling a little bit of Saturn energy now. I'm feeling like maybe some of you may have lost power in relationships, partnerships, bonds, and unions in the past. But as we're moving into Scorpio energy, you've attained some wisdom from all these karmic lessons. And so I feel that you don't tend to lose your power as much as you used to. You could be very much in that phoenix rising from the ashes energy. You could be breaking free from the hold that the fear and the demons or the devil has over you. I always think of energy like the devil lies in the details. So be very detail oriented, which could be very easy with the Venus and Virgo energy. Pay attention to the details, what's between the lines, what people don't say, how you feel is going to be really important. But I am going to read the owl's energy. Okay. Air energy. And there's a beautiful sextile with the North Node in Gemini. So for some of you, this could be you're starting to kind of move up a little bit. So let's take a look at the owl here. All right, so the owl is abundance, clairvoyance, and treasures. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklore, from east to west. The white owl in this particular deck is the companion of the goddess, and I'm not even going to Lakshmi? I'm sorry. Sorry if I mispronounced that. And represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears as an omen that a boon or a treasure is on the way, either in a spiritual or a material form, with owl wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon and how it can further serve your dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasure is infinite. Well, that's a good sign, a good omen. Oh, I'm getting very tired. So sorry. Oh, alrighty, keep going. Oh, this is so pretty. Wow, soul cards too. Look at that. This looks like a mirroring relationship. because this feels very masculine, and this feels very, because of the water, and this feels very, with the yellow around it, it feels very masculine, action oriented, but this one feels very emotional. Wow. What a cool card. Maybe some of you used to attract a lot of mirroring relationships to help define what you needed to work on. But look at, there's a peace between these two, so I'm not feeling like this is a tragic love story. I'm more feeling like this also could be just a balance between, because we have the 3. So, and that tends to talk about extremes, but being in the middle is always. So this could be being equally connected to the divine feminine as well as the divine masculine, which is really, really important to do. It's really good to be in touch with the emotional side of you, but also as well as the physical side of you, and to listen to both of those and be able to receive what you need to receive. Oh my gosh, love and partnership. You have love, you have this beautiful divine masculine and feminine, and you have love and partnership. So 2 represents partnership, and 6 is a 3 and a 3, so it's balance, but it's also a partnership. It's also the divine feminine, the divine masculine as well. So wow, you guys have a lot. So I'm really interested. Karma, you reap what you have sown. Okay, someone will try to make you do something against your will. Okay. This is just very cool. Okay, I'm very excited about this reading so much. Okay, we have rescue. That's really beautiful. Please let me have that, because does that mean I have to go get the book? I actually never read, I always read this deck intuitively, but I am very interested in, if you see this, this is rescue. This means that she's seeking spirit. I don't really have to, I kind of know what the book says. But basically, I'm feeling very much like the owl spirit here, and I'm feeling very much like reaching. You know what this feels like? It feels like you're being released. It feels like a soulmate, or it feels very much like a divine gift. Like reborn energy. Okay, ooh, some same vibes there. Communication. Okay, so this is the resonance oracle cards. And I just got these, and there's going to be a video out, you guys, so you guys can look at these, because they're beautiful and I'm in love with them. Not in love with the gloss. Very hard on the camera, but they're stunning. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So we are all linked, and our daily interactions enrich our lives. Manifestation occurs when everything is in place. Often this can be like a puzzle with all the pieces being arranged. Communication is a large part of this, and oftentimes things clear up magically with the delivery of a message or information. You have been waiting on a delivery of a message, and it's about to arrive. Communication is your ally, and the answer to your situation is at hand. So I'm feeling a little bit more like divine guidance, divine, if you're reaching, it's like a gift. I feel like you are going to receive like a huge, kind of like almost download from spirit, whatever you deem that to be. But it feels very beautiful. So here's what I want to do. I forgot to do this for pile number 2. But I'm going to take out, or excuse me, I'm going to deal out here 3 cards. Just want to make sure these are nice and mixed up. I mixed them up on the couch, but I don't know. So I'm going to put this over here. Can you see that? Kind of, yes. Actually, let's do this. Sorry, it's just, I'm Virgoing out right now. A little bit, just a little bit. Okay, to get these 3. Do the moon in reverse, father in reverse, and the voyage in reverse. Okay. Just don't sugarcoat it at all for us. I mean, we don't really require that. You just say it like it is, my friend. With the front. Okay. Okay, so let's get the side cards. So because we are in the sun in Scorpio, and that you are just very Scorpionic. I'm not gonna lie. The sun being in Scorpio conjunct with Mercury in Scorpio, which is in retrograde. And just to let you know, Mercury in Scorpio is going to be in an exact quincunx with Chiron and Aries, and that's about that Achilles heel, that place where we need to make lemonade out of lemons, and it's just that place where we tend to have like a sweet spot. So I'm just interested in what these side cards have to say about your sweet spot. So we have 21. Okay, so 21. Let's get it ready, guys. And I'm making these in Mercury retrograde, so you guys are going to have to forgive. Okay, wait a minute. Where is... I'm trying to find the reverse. It must be on the other side. Sorry. Okay. All right, so reverse, this card is still subtle, but it is quiet, reflecting this on the silent and yielding force within, our intuition, our subtle memory, or our subconscious awareness. It is the setting in and acceptance of emotions and their resolution. Be careful though, for it can also indicate the inward turning of emotions one trying to avoid, and may indicate depression, suppression through the use of things designated to shut down the emotions one feels: drugs, alcohol, food, sex. This is the internal tide, and it is a clear indication that the querent must listen to his or her still small voice within. At this juncture of life, however odd or impractical as it may seem, if this card falls near a reverse, never, no, or a liar, or a similar card, it can indicate that the querent is burying the emotions, hiding them away, refusing to share them with others as needed, and this may be necessary for survival at this time. But do not forget that these feelings will in time return to the surface to be dealt with and released. So it's not next to one of those, but it is next to Father. So Father 13. I'm sorry, I was doing numerology in my head. Always do. It's almost like that movie, I think it's 23, where he's always like doing all that numerology, being all cray. Okay, Father, but I need it in reversed. Reversed, okay. So Father in reverse, this is the abuse of power and authority. It is the symbol for the tyrant, the despot, of those who force their power upon others. Here is the cruel authority of the dictator, the dangerous advice of the clergyman moved by greed, the victimization of the public by relentless business persons. Interestingly, the numerology of the 13 reduces to the number 4, which is about conscientiousness and responsibility. Someone hardworking, dependable, persistent, and protective. There is an association with Saturn and the planet of practicality in structure. In a reading, it may indicate an abusive father or father figure, troubles with the father or authority, or an abuse of one's own power over others. It may also simply indicate a loss of a father figure or a downfall of a man who has served as a mentor, surrounded by benevolent or mild cards. It can be a minor abuse of or failing or a simple shortcoming in some sort in the use of authority or in the instruction of others. I can't. I'm not going to pull politics into this because dang, I just don't want to go there. But because we do have the devil, and we do have father, and we do have the moon. So the moon actually in astrology is the mother, and then which is in reverse, and then we do have the father, which is also in reverse, which may indicate that some of you had a very turbulent upbringing. Some of you may have suffered at the hands of maybe a disconnected emotionally mother, or a mother that was just not emotionally there for you. It can also indicate that you had definitely an abusive father, a terrible father, a father that suppressed you and abused power over you, and this wasn't a very nurturing or loving family life. I mean, that's what it definitely means. I also kind of just feel, just with the voyage, because I already know what the voyage card in reverse means, just because I've read it enough. It just means that in this situation, you may have lost your way. You may not know exactly how to navigate properly because you were never actually imprinted properly how to make decisions, how to navigate, how to be, a person who grew into a healthy person and knew how to take control over your own life. If you had a very, let's say, abusive mother, abusive father, or both of them were abusive to you, you may have lost your way for quite some time. And you weren't mapped out for success. You were mapped out to struggle, to find a way to empower yourself and take back your power in your life. This was a long journey. I feel like you went through probably a lot of mirroring relationships to try to show you how to balance out the extremes in maybe the mother and the father. For some of you, it could be maybe you had a marriage that you thought was going to go a specific way and it veered off track. I'm seeing that as well. You learned a lot, though. You learned a lot about that. There's divine intervention in this for sure. I feel like you've been on this journey for a really long time. I feel like there's more to learn, there's more to be revealed on this journey. But I do feel like you're on the upswing of that because of this partnership. So you guys have the skull of light illumination. And because I'm not like a big person about all the different types of skulls, I actually need to look this one up. I'm so sorry. So skull of light. Okay. Let's take a look at skull of light. This is the Halloween. It's the Halloween oracle. It's such a fun one. And look at the cute little box. But anyhow, try to do it to where you don't have to see a glare. It says, as the infamous psychotherapist Jung, which is Carl Jung, which does the psych cards as well, suggested, knowing our own darkness helps us cope with the darkness of others, taking the time to know thyself and to seek understanding for our more destructive or shadow natures that can lead to huge happiness and less anxiety. The idea of being shown the way in the most difficult of times, and always knowing that we are never alone in the darkness and are the keys to this magical element. Light is usually a confronting thing, yet sometimes we do not really want to see the boogeyman under the bed. It is scary, too big, and we know not to defeat it. Yet, by simply shining the torch upon such darkness, the victory is ours. Should the skull of light enter your life, know that it is the time to open yourself up fully to clarity and to bright illumination, and to allow yourself to be seen, to see, and to act upon what is shown to you. This time has passed for hiding and pretending, for swallowing our discomfort and accepting the status quo when it really doesn't suit us. Wow. I did not expect that. Wow. Wow. This is just so much about transforming a very bleak cycle in your life, a very hard road, an area where you suffered a lot. And I feel that you loved in those mirroring relationships to help you, to show you where your weaknesses and your strengths lie, where you need to empower yourself, where you need to strengthen yourself. But before you could do that, you had to be presented with everything that you feared. And that's why the devil is coming to mind right here, is because you did everything you could to avoid pain, because you just suffered so deeply from painful issues in your life. And so now I feel like you're coming out of this cycle where love will be on a healthy level. And again, karma is you reap what you sow. With Saturn in this energy, there's a lot of squares in Saturn, but there is literally the most beautiful trine, this flow of energy, that if some of you have been working really, really hard to face what needs to be faced, to work through what needs to be worked through, and to set up positive habits and routines, I feel like Spirit and the divine are really, really blessing you with, I don't think, energy like you've ever felt before. Whoa, you guys have an insane reading. Got threes, man. Pile 3. Killing me, Smalls. Okay. My heart is involved in this reading, especially because of that family stuff right there. Oh, 5 of Pentacles. I can't right now. I can't. You Scorpio season, you. Like, you're killing me. Okay. Okay. Here's what needs to be released in a nutshell. These 3 cards. Okay? Loss. Accepting what you need to let go of. Understanding that you were never meant to have that. So things come in and out of our lives to teach us. And then once they've taught us, or once we've learned everything we need to learn from that thing, from that person, from that situation, thing, person ends. It ends with that. And then we go to the next cycle, or this next cycle, or the next phase. It can feel like it's a lot of loss that you felt, when in fact what you have been doing is growing and learning the whole time. This three here, it's a painful cycle in love. You learned a lot of really, really tough, heartbreaking lessons that really tore you in two at times and created a lot of pain. So what do? You're the 4 of Pentacles there. You hold everything so close now. You protect yourself and you don't let anybody in because you're so afraid to feel that mental anguish again. So you just keep it all tight and confined and close. But that's the whole point of all of this, is to trust in the divine, trust in that there's something more that you're being led to. I think you can probably feel a vibe at this point. You can probably feel some energy in your life that you haven't felt before. Whoa, that's intense. Okay, we have balance. Well, we do have pile number 3. And we do have the 2, which is a 1 and a 1 equals 2. So one thing I love about, I dated this guy, and this guy was a recovering addict. And he told me that when you're in a relationship, if one person leans on the other one too much, then when one falls down, they both fall down. So the ideal relationship is both of them are independent, both of them can stand alone, so they could stand side by side. So if one falls down, the other one can pick them up. That's what I'm feeling from this energy. I don't think you guys were really good at that, because you were so busy falling down when your parents would succumb to whatever it was that they would succumb to. And so if they fell down, you fell down a deep, dark hole. And so I feel like what you're learning to do is to separate yourself and to gain some independence and some strength and some fortitude to just never do that anymore. You're going, down a different path with this type of, oh God, help from above. And then look, you guys, look. I'm just thinking of the synchronicity in here. Just look at that. You have the owl. You have help from above. And then you have, she's actually reaching and receiving a gift from above. Spirit is very beautiful in your guys' reading. And even though you were involved in probably, I would say, a generational karmic battle for a very long time, battle of the heart, I feel like you're in the upside of that. Like you're finally starting to release some of that negative karma. Okay, guys. Wow. Oh, so heavy. Scorpios, I'm literally, these readings just are draining me more and more and more. By the time I get to 3, it's like I literally have no strength left. Okay. Okay. Oh, I got the Tree of Life in the last reading too. That's really wild. Okay, it's a Tree of Life. It's the roots. It's the roots on which you grow and attain, strength. And I feel like some of you are taking this back to a root level so that you can have a strong foundation, so that you can feel the benefits of having this level of growth. And, when it said reaping what you sow, when you sow, like if some of you are flourishing, then you're reaping what you sow because you put in all that hard work. What does this say? Okay, let's see if I can do that for you. So always remember that you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. True dat. And then this one is love, dream, hope, trust. Love, dream, hope, trust. And it's in a circle. And it just is divinely going around. Wow, you guys have some beautiful, beautiful charms coming up for you. And look at this beautiful heart, you guys. I feel like there's some love or some connection that I'm just feeling very... If you're on a journey with self-love, you're attaining it. If you're transforming the way that you love yourself and the way that you prioritize yourself. I feel like if some of you are connecting with partnerships, bonds, and unions, these are going to be different. They're going to be deeper. They're going to be more fulfilling. They're going to be very, very intimate and very passionate. I feel like if some of you are trying to create power and control over your own life and over your addictions and your predispositions and your fears and your heartbreak, I feel like you guys have a very hopeful outcome. So we have the Four of Diamonds, which is the Four of Pentacles, which we had. We have the Two of Pentacles. That was just a little indecision. And that we have a lot of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So for you guys, Pentacles are a big deal. Look, being successful, being abundant, being fruitful in the material realm is where our physical body is housed. And so it is really important that you always experience abundance in that realm, that you don't look at it as like the physical realm as like this taxing place that you have to be in and suffer through. Release that fear, and so you can move forward and feel a level. Don't hold back. Don't hold yourself back. Don't live in a state of fear. Yes, the past was tough. Yes, there were some lessons. Yes, you had a tough road, and you probably had a tough road since you were a kid. But guys, there's some beauty to behold in your guys' reading for sure. Okay, let me give me some room. Oh, this one drains me. I'm not even kidding you. Like, I literally feel like I have no energy left. I'm gonna go straight to bed after I start saving this freaking video. Okay, let's see what I have. A lot of L's, man. Okay. Let's see what I have here. First thing I saw was a lot. A lot of hope, a lot of happiness, a lot of fulfillment. Oh my gosh, do I see it? Serious? Do I see it? Maybe, maybe. Nope, I don't. Well, hall. I always think of like a dark hall, wandering down a hall. Toy. I have no idea. But I don't, oh, I do. I feel turning point. Oops, my bad. Turn. Like a turning point in this journey with this particular lesson. My dog is having a nightmare. I can hear him. Aw. Oh, I do. Loyal. Okay. Loyalty is important. It's the single most important thing if you're healing and you're trying not to hold back. You have to have loyalty and trust, right? First and foremost, always. And you got to stop running. I don't know if you're a runner, but you got to stop running. Running away, holding back. I just feel this like, I want to hide, you know. Don't do that. I think that's all I can see. I'm sure you guys can see more than I can. Plus, I'm a little tired. Oh my gosh. Too much working, guys. I have 78, 44, 16, and 79. We all know that, well, you got another 6, a 1 and a 6. So this could be balance for sure. And this was a 2 and a 6, but this is a 1 and a 6. So this one just suggests, you know, partnership, but this one suggests, you know, love yourself, and then you will attract the right types of partnerships. Every time I get a double number like this, I think of an 11, and then I think of what the number is, which is 4, or it could be 4 and 4 is 8, which reduces down to just basically a 4 if you really want it to. And then, but like 8 is like success, ambition, hard work, achieving success. But then actually, to me, it's like when I see this, I always see spirit because of the 11. I don't know why I always see an 11. And then I immediately look at the 4 and I think it's because you guys have to start from the foundation and work up. You have to start, you have to lay down a solid foundation. And maybe you guys needed to get to the root, to the heart, to the depths, the deep, deep depths, to start building a firm foundation and really confront a lot of things that has been going on very deep inside of you. Anyhow, guys, I have one more thing. I didn't do it in pile number 2 because I was a bad girl, but I will do it for you guys. Let's see specifically what you guys need to release, because dang, we're in a retrograde season. We're in Scorpio season. We're dealing with some very intense energy, and we always release something during a retrograde, usually, if we do it right. And so let's do this. 2, 3, and I always pick from pile number 3. There is the back of it, which they're all different, and it says, "You are willing and able and won't give in or stop hoping. Enjoy your journey to love." Whoa. Love is on the table for you guys, and love is something that is very, very possible in your future. I feel like you guys have been working really, really hard to get to the point to where you are open to receive love, and your energy is now receptive to maybe receive a healthy partner, a soulmate. Maybe you don't feel like the need to hold back in your closest bonds and unions anymore. Maybe it's time to get really deeply intimate on it, you know, and show somebody some deep emotion, not be so fearful of being vulnerable. Whew, such a beautiful energy. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're a return watcher, thank you for all of the support and just showing up all the time. This is just fun for me. I work 7 days a week in 2 jobs because I'm like a health screener for COVID. And so I'm really always just, this is like my playtime. So it's fun to play with you guys. I just wish I love a retrograde. I just wish you so much love, and just go out there and be the positive change you guys want to see in the world. Be a receiver, accept this loving gift from Spirit, and I look forward to talking to you guys again next week, okay? Have a great night. Bye-bye.